Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, At Home with Willowberry. Or if you're new, welcome. But where have you been? I'm so happy to see you here. My name is Valerie, and in today's video, I'm cooking and cleaning here in my 1975 double-wide fixer-upper. I'm prepping collards for Thanksgiving. I put up a few more Christmas decorations, and I make chicken wings for dinner. It's a full day of mobile home living here in the Virginia mountains, so if you're interested, I hope you'll stick around and enjoy the video. How are you all doing today? I sure hope you're all doing amazing. It's Thanksgiving week here in America, so we're gearing up for the holiday weekend. Nothing too big planned for this year. We're staying home, so Tim's going to deep fry 2 turkeys for us, and I'm going to make a few side dishes, such as mashed potatoes, stuffing, and deviled eggs. I also plan on making a big old pot of collards later today, some for the freezer and some for Thanksgiving. We were planning on going down to North Carolina for the holiday, but our plans got canceled. And to be honest, I'm actually looking forward to a quiet weekend here at home. If you're traveling away this weekend to head out of town for Thanksgiving, then please be safe out there. Well, y'all, there's not too much to do in my room today. I just need to make the bed, and then I have a few more Christmas decorations that I want to put up here in the bedroom. Well, y'all, so far I've got one room decorated for Christmas. I plan to do the rest of my Christmas decorating after Thanksgiving. Today my plan is to make a big old pot of collards. I also want to make a special treat for the boys, so I'm going to make some chocolate-covered sunflower butter balls. It's going to be a full day in the kitchen, y'all, so if you're ready, let's just get into it. The first thing I need to do is get the collards started. They'll take about 4 to 6 hours to cook. The first step is to saute some onions, garlic, and ham hocks in a little olive oil, to which I'll add chicken broth. This is the seasoned liquid that the collards will cook in. I'll let the ham hocks simmer in the broth for about 2 hours before adding the collard greens. Once I add the collard greens, then they'll need to cook for 2 to 4 hours, depending on how tender you want them. Alright, well, it's time to get started. Alright, the first step in preparing the collards is done. Now the ham hocks will simmer in the seasoned broth for approximately 2 hours. In the meantime, I thought I'd make a winter peppery simmer pot. A simmer pot filled with fresh fruits and spices is the perfect way to fill your home with the sweet, cozy smells of winter. Today in my simmer pot, I'll be using oranges, apples, and cranberries, as well as cinnamon sticks, allspice, nutmeg, cloves, and vanilla. I'll also add a couple sprigs of rosemary that's been growing in my garden. I love making potpourri simmer pots, especially around the holiday season. It always helps to get me in the Christmas spirit, that's for sure. The winter potpourri simmer pot will simmer on the stove top for the rest of the day. If it starts to get low on water, then I'll just add more as needed. Well, y'all, I'm ready to make a holiday treat for the boys. I have some sunflower butter, so I'm going to go ahead and make some chocolate-covered sunflower butter balls this morning while I'm waiting to add the collars to the seasoned broth. Sunflower butter balls are just like peanut butter balls, except we have a peanut allergy here in our home, so I'm using sunflower butter instead. I found a super easy no-bake recipe that only needs 4 ingredients. I'll make sure to link the recipe down below. To get started, I soften 3 tablespoons of butter in the microwave. I'll mix the sun butter, softened butter, and powdered sugar together in a bowl, which I'll allow to cool in the fridge for about 15 minutes before forming into small balls. Next, I'll melt the chocolate chips, which I'll be covering the sunflower butter balls with. While the sunflower butter balls are chilling in the fridge, then I'll go ahead and melt the chocolate chips. I have a makeshift double boiler that I'm going to use to melt the chocolate in. I don't have an actual double boiler, so I'm improvising with 2 pots. Today I'm melting Toll House semi-sweet morsels, to which I added a spoonful of coconut oil. Well, okay, as soon as the chocolate chips are melted, then it will be time to cover the sunflower butter balls. I know it's not December yet, but I'm already in the Christmas mood. With my room all decorated for Christmas and the winter potpourri pot simmering away on the stovetop, well, the trailer is filled with Christmas cheer, so I couldn't help but play a few Christmas songs. Wasn't that a beautiful version of Jingle Bells? Well, all right, y'all. As soon as I finish covering the sunflower butter balls with chocolate, I'll place them back in the fridge so that the chocolate can harden. And then I think it'll be time to add the collards to the seasoned chicken broth. Alright, the ham hocks have been simmering in the chicken broth for about 2 hours, so now it's time to add the collard greens to the pot. After adding the collard greens to the chicken broth, I also added salt and pepper, as well as 2 teaspoons of sugar and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. So now the collards will simmer for about 2 to 4 hours, depending on how tender you like them. I ended up letting these collards simmer on low all afternoon right up until dinner time. Those sunflower butter balls were amazing. Tim said they tasted just like Reese's peanut butter cups. You couldn't even tell that it wasn't actually peanut butter. They were delicious and easy to make. I'll definitely be making them again, that's for sure. Well, alright, y'all. I've been defrosting some chicken wings on the counter all day, but there are still a few that are partially frozen, so I'm going to go ahead and spread the wings out on some baking sheets to let them finish defrosting. I'll be seasoning the wings with salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and smoked paprika. While the wings finish defrosting, I'm going to go ahead and make a sweet potato casserole and some cornbread to go with the collards. So while the chicken wings finish defrosting, I'm going to go ahead and make a sweet potato casserole and some cornbread to go with the collards. Sweet potato casserole is one of my kids' favorite side dishes, and we have it quite often. I just used canned yams, a little brown sugar, cinnamon, salt, pepper, and butter. I'll combine all the ingredients in a baking dish and bake in a 375-degree oven for about 30 minutes. Once the yams are heated through, I'll then top it with mini marshmallows and place the casserole back in the oven for the marshmallows to toast. Well, all right, let's go ahead and throw together a quick sweet potato casserole. The sweet potato casserole is in the oven, so now I want to go ahead and bake some cornbread to go with the collards that I'm making. I went in the fridge to grab the milk, but it turns out we're all out. So I looked up a milk substitute and it said I could use diluted heavy cream. So that's what I'm using instead of milk in the cornbread today. I just hope it turns out okay. Alright, well, let's get this cornbread in the oven. The sweet potato casserole and the cornbread are ready to come out of the oven, and the chicken wings are finally defrosted, so they're ready to go into the oven. I'll bake the chicken wings for about 40 minutes in a 400-degree oven, or until they reach an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to be making 2 sauces for the chicken wings today. We'll be having a honey barbecue sauce and a honey garlic parmesan sauce, which I'm going to go ahead and make now. You'd think I'd burnt the chicken wings with all that smoke coming out of the oven, but they're perfectly fine. I guess some grease must have spilled out of the pan and splattered in the oven. I think the boys thought I'd ruined their dinner, but nope, I just have a dirty oven. Anyway, let's get this dinner ready. I'll place the wings in a baking dish and then cover them with the sauce that I made. Dinner's ready, y'all. The wings look really good, and I can't wait to taste the collards. Well, y'all, I think that's about it for another video. I really hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. I hope you all have a great week and a happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you all real soon. Bye, y'all.